Welcome, one and Slick, to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I believe the usual audience will be short today. Hello. I didn't touch any sound settings, so ideally there's not going to be too many problems. The title music is loud as always, but it appears I am louder than it. Anywhere else I can advertise this? Nope. We're going to begin soon. On the last episode, we sent Red White to hell. We saw the man who violates Geneva Conventions just by existing. And we saw the wife. Forgot about that. Funny thing about this, I'm pretty sure this was when I was streaming it for a group on Discord. And we've officially surpassed that. So we're all ready. We can begin day 3 of the Turnabout Samurai. What the hell?
Mr. Wright,
Yeah?
why do you look so unhappy?
Oh, no, nothing. Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? Uh-oh. She looks even unhappier. Phoenix. Your client's now practically a dead man walking. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him. This is no time for dead people jokes, please. You know we're going into this trial utterly defenseless. Yet, if Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it. Something overlooked? We have to find something, Phoenix. Today. It's that or lose the trial. This isn't gonna be easy.
The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Edworth, your opening statement, please.
An unexpected fact has come to the attention of the court. Yesterday, we learned that there were other people present at the studios. Today, I would like to show evidence proving that they had nothing to do with the murder.
Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edworth.
I wonder if it'll be that producer. Oh no. The prosecution calls Mr. Salmonella to the stand. Or that director. Oh yeah, the producer's the one I like.
Will the witness please state his name and profession?
Oh, the Rutkenshuk kid. You don't know me? I'm the director. I make the Steel Samurai noob, the raffle.
You need to commit a hate crime immediately.
Salmonella, I'm a director of television.
Were you at the Global Studios on the day of the murder?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. Please testify to the court about the events of that day.
Phoenix, let's start by picking his testimony apart. Powers is innocent. You know what that means. Someone in the trailer on that day did it. Right. She doesn't waste any time putting on the pressure.
I was at the studios from around 9 o'clock that morning. During the morning, I was doing an action scene run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I heard that everyone launched in the employee area. But I had a meeting that in Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4 o'clock. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. That's about it.
The time of Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. And according to your testimony, you were in a meeting at that time. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm going to try and speed run specifically when he's on screen. Fuck. So in the end, you didn't get to eat?
Yeah, no steak at least. Can't you believe it?
That must have been tough. Phoenix. Yeah? Doesn't something about that seem odd to you? It's contradictory. Oops. Yeah, it does seem odd, now that you mention it. Mr. Manella.
What you want?
When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there. There were 2 plates, the same kind of plates as the ones in the employee area. Who ate lunch there?
Oh. No. Good call. I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it. If I did eat after all.
A T-bone steak, you mean?
Yeah, well, I mean the assistant went through all that trouble. I brought it to the trailer thinking I could eat it later.
Clearly a man who likes to eat. I suspected as much. So when exactly did you eat it?
We took one break during that meeting. I wolfed it down then.
A mental image that I will carry with me to the grave. Your Honor, I would like to, indict this man of terrorism for existing. Wait a second. If they took a break in their meeting, that contradicts his testimony. I'll press on that one a little bit more.
Wolf? Wolf? We were in the meeting until around 4 o'clock.
Oops. What were you discussing?
Steel Samurai, sorry, and our budget. Get this, the sponsors turn to me and say, Mr. Manella, those scripts of yours are not appropriate for children. Can you believe it?
Actually, I kinda can. Nobody left during the whole meeting.
During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs.
You didn't take a single break?
Well, yeah, not a one.
What's he sweating so much about, I wonder? If only I had an idea. Wait a second. Maybe I do have an idea. Wait a second. Mr. Manila, you've just contradicted yourself. Didn't you just tell the court that you ate a T-bone steak during a break?
Oops, Ruffle.
Well... Oh yeah, there's like drains underneath every, like the prosecutor's side, the witness side, Phoenix's side. Everyone sweats buckets in this game. There we are. We died for a little second.
Well, yeah, I guess we did take a little break.
Sorry for leaving you on this screen. Phoenix, great job. If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time. Your Honor, I call on the witness to testify to the court about this break.
Very well. Mr. Manila, your testimony, please.
Uh-oh. Edgeworth is laughing.
The break. Yeah. So we took a break, Ruffle. But it was only 15 minutes. 15, that's only 13 in base 12. Not enough time for someone to say commit murder in Studio 1, lol. It's only just enough time to eat a T-bone steak, if you ask me.
I don't think it would be enough time for that. But that's just me. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination.
The break. Took a break. I have to say, you look like a guy who gets through his meals pretty fast.
Well, facing a cold, slightly chewy T-bone steak, even I have to take my time eating that kind of food, lol.
Well, Phoenix, the testimony was too short to wring any kind of useful information out of. All you have to do is prove he was able to go to Studio 1 in that time. Oh, great. Is that all? When was this break? What were you doing for those 15 minutes?
Eating my T-bone steak, what else?
There were 2 plates on that table.
Alright, the other one was Divesquez's plate.
Vasquez, the producer. So I ate the T-bone steak in 15 minutes. That's quite a feat.
Not enough time for someone to say commit the murder.
Why is that? What time exactly did you... There we are.
I'd say it was from around 2:30 to... Fuck.
2:30. That's the time of death. So he could have gone to Studio 1, killed Hammer, and come back. I guess it's possible time-wise. Oh, he wants me to... What do you want me to do, fucking Edgeworth? There we are.
Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? Your Honor, the testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with the murder. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio One.
What?
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you aren't suggesting one of the people in the trailer went to Studio One?
Well, Mr. Wright?
Phoenix, this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer.
Do you claim someone from this trailer went to Studio One?
I claim it and claim it loud. If I agree to let everyone in that trailer off the hook, then the trial is over. Mr. Powers will be found guilty for sure. The victim was murdered at 2:30, the exact time of the break in the meeting. With 15 minutes, murder is certainly a possibility.
I suppose you may say that.
Alright, I've got the judge thinking now.
Never a dull moment with you, Mr. Wright.
What's your point, Edgeworth?
You've been doing your homework, haven't you? Look at the court record.
The court record?
Surely you knew that from 2:15 to 4 o'clock, the path between the studios was blocked. Mrs. Monkey's head had fallen across the path.
Whoa, you're right. No, you're not. Objection, it's Mr. Monkey's head.
True, the break in the trailer meeting came right at the time of death. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked. The fallen Mrs. Monkey's head barred the way. You've certainly been studying your arithmetic.
It's actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth has a point. And somehow I feel no desire to correct him.
No counter-arguments, Mr. Wright? Then I'm afraid you lose this round. Perish.
I believe we've seen enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manila from this stand. Get him out of here.
What? It's over?
Very well. The court's opinion on this case is as follows. We have found that there were several people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it is also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. They, therefore, have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Steel Samurai, given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that is lacking is a decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty.
Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive evidence. A witness.
Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth?
My witness saw the very moment when the Steel Samurai skewered the victim.
Order. I will have order. I see. The court will now take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear your witness. Court is adjourned for recess. I'm going on the monkey bars.
You fucked up in there. What do we do now, Mia? For everyone, the trailer has an alibi. I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong. Mia? Don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before, not while there was still a chance. However, I don't think there's a chance anymore. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. The people in the trailer could not have gone to Studio 1. I thought there was more to it than that, but I was wrong. That's all there is.
What's going to happen to me?
Kinda seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer.
Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you are innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it. Leave it to us and be yourself. Be strong. You are the Steel Samurai, hero to children everywhere, after all.
Thanks.
Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it.
Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution has a concern. As our witness is a grade schooler of tender years, and this is a murder case, we worry that the defense might cause unnecessary trauma with his cruel questioning.
Nice to see Edgeworth taking the moral high ground.
However, we have no choice. The prosecution calls Cody Hackins to the stand. Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange a box for him to stand on?
Oh, right. Your Honor, please bring him a box. One of those donut crates should do.
Will the witness please state his name and grade in school?
A child.
Witness?
What? Just because you're a grown-up don't mean you can push me around.
Cody, answer his question, okay?
Hey, it's you, the nice lady. I'm Cody Hackins. I'm in 2nd grade.
You get the feeling this is gonna be a long, long day.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle.
Witness, Cody,
He's having trouble with his gentle thing.
you were present, you were at Global Studios on the day of the incident.
You got a problem with that?
Please tell us what you saw that day.
What, Pops? You want me to tell you and Gramps with the beard over there?
Just, Mr.
I prefer a bearded gentleman myself.
A very long day.
Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom.
My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission if that's possible.
Wait, so you're telling me you had to bargain terms with a kid and you lost?
Hey, I just got this new camera. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet, but I bring with me wherever I go.
Phoenix, I wonder if he had that camera on the day of the murder. We better make a note of it in the court record.
Cody's camera, add it to the court record.
Very well, Cody. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the day of the incident.
I wanted to see the Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. I went through the woods off the path so that old lady couldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kind of lost on the way though for about 30 minutes. When I came by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. It totally rocked right before my eyes. Out came the bad guy. Of course, Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! Impaled him with a spear. If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell you. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. But be gentle. Reminder you're talking to a child.
This kid is tougher than most adults we've seen here, honestly. Now I'm going to take time with this testimony because I like the kid more than Salmonella, and that is not very hard. You really like the Steel Samurai, huh?
Of course I do.
Remember, Cody's a child.
I taped every show. and I go to all live performances.
That's impressive. Have you been to the amusement park?
Of course, duh. My dad always takes me.
Poor dad.
I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day.
Was that day the first time you've been to the studio?
Actually, I've been a couple of times. I never managed to get there on rehearsal day. And that security lady's always yelling.
Right. Please continue.
Chill, Pops, I'm getting to it. How am I supposed to talk with you cutting me off all the time? Jeez! I went through the woods off the path so that old lady couldn't catch me.
Off the path?
Yeah, you know how the studios are in a valley there. If you go off the path a little, there's woods. That's where I was.
I see.
Anyhow, I was going for the studio. You meant to press that, didn't you?
What's a studio? Did nothing unusual happen on your way to the studio?
Unusual?
Did you see this monkey by any chance?
Oh, you mean Mr. Monkey? Yeah, I saw him, but his head wasn't busted.
So you decapitated the monkey. So you went straight to the studio.
I got kind of lost on the way, though, for about 30 minutes.
You got lost in the woods.
Yeah, I bought the game on Steam. Yeah, I couldn't figure out which way I was walking. Man, I was relieved when I saw the blue studio doors. But guess what happened next? When I came out by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai.
The Steel Samurai?
Yeah, the Steel Samurai. He was standing by the studio gate. Looked like he was thinking about something before going in. Oh, I think I'm gonna go beat the bad guy today. He opened up the gate and went inside.
I see. What then?
Totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy.
What sort of bad guy was it?
A guy, a person, kinda tall, skinny.
Are you sure it was a guy?
I don't know, he was kinda far away.
Huh. He's being awfully vague.
Of course, Steel Samurai took him down. Pow!
What happened to the bad guy?
Huh? Well, he kinda didn't move. Not a bit, like he was dead. I guess he's a real pro. What a great actor.
Yeah, I suppose he was.
If I had my camera on me, there would have been a time for a shot, I tell you.
If you had your camera? You mean you weren't carrying your camera then?
No, I wasn't. It's not like I have it all the time.
Really? New digital camera. Cody always carries it. I guess seeing the killing freaked him out and he went home. Phoenix, remember, he's a child. Use gentle words. Be firm. Easy for you to say.
Oh, Steel Samurai.
Objection, fucker. Cody, what you said seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say that before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that.
Huh?
Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You're under oath. You will go to federal prison. You understand that, right?
Mr. Wright, a word with you.
Uh-oh. Was I putting on pressure too much?
What is this digital camera you're talking about?
It's, a digital camera, Your Honor. Kind of a new sort of camera. How do I explain that?
I see.
Anyway, Cody, I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you?
Oh,
Mr. Wright, how cruel you are to terrorize a poor child so. Your Honor, I would like to induct Mr. Wright for the crime of terrorism.
I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney. No one should lie in court.
What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney?
Well, Cody?
What? Yeah, so I had my camera, so what? You got a problem with that?
He's on a box.
So you did have a camera. And did you use this camera?
Why would I use it? I was too busy watching.
Very well. Please testify to the court about what you were so busy watching.
Yeah, I had my camera with me. I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham! And the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong. The Steel Samurai rules.
Ah, is that all? Well, that was brief. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Yeah,
What's a camera? So why didn't you use it?
He's getting to that. Relax and listen.
I didn't use it because I was too busy watching the real thing. But I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it.
So you're watching the Steel Samurai. Did you watch the whole fight?
Yeah, of course.
You didn't turn away. Not even once.
No.
Okay, then tell us exactly what happened.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham!
Wham. But the bad guy attacked him first.
Yeah,
What sort of person was this bad guy?
I told you a person. He was a person.
How was he dressed?
I kinda don't remember. I was too busy watching the Steel Samurai.
I see. And what happened next?
Then the bad guy stopped moving.
Why?
Oh, what do you mean, why?
Why wasn't the bad guy moving?
Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice.
How exactly did he do that?
Huh? How did he do that? With a samurai kick and a samurai punch, samurai chop, samurai slap. Something like that.
You're still being vague about this.
What? Don't give me that look, Pops.
How should I play this? Cody,
What?
something's bothering me. Before you said that you couldn't take your eyes off the action,
Yeah, so what?
yet you missed the most important parts.
What is the meaning of this? The witness has stated what he saw quite clearly.
You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me, what kind of murderer uses a samurai slap?
A samurai, you fool!
My point is this. Cody, you may have seen the some of the Steel Samurais fight, but you missed the most important parts. The killing blow.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright! How could this be? Can you explain how he might have missed something so vital?
Well, that's the thing. Phoenix, I believe you're on the right track with this. Think, why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight? I know you. You can figure this out.
Mr. Wright, your answer! We have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight?
He's watching something else. He missed the climax of the fight because he was looking at something else. Probably.
Probably. Something else?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself. What could possibly distract the boy from seeing his idol, the Steel Samurai, fight? What do you claim he was looking at?
Oof. Come on. Think of something. Think of something. Nothing.
Mr. Wright, please refrain from making baseless claims.
Yes, sorry, Your Honor.
You have another explanation for this. We have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight?
He couldn't watch it. Because he couldn't watch it. How could he calmly watch a murder take place at this age?
Just a moment, please. One thing has become quite clear in this boy's testimony. He did not believe he was witnessing a murder. He was watching the Steel Samurai fight like on TV. Are you down to the bone, Phoenix? The more real the fights, the more he would have watched.
I have to agree with Mr. Edgeworth. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have another explanation? We have ascertained that the young boy is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight?
Your Honor, I chose the third option. I have evidence.
Evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. Why did Cody look away from the fight? It's because he's looking at his camera. Here's my proof.
What's that? The camera?
The witness stated that he recently received this camera.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation.
I'm aware of that too.
Correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? Because he was looking at his camera. He was trying to take a picture. Hey! Bullseye. What's your problem, Pops? You got a thing for picking on little kids. Pressing, not picking. Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realize that there was no way he could just stand there, watching his hero, and not take a picture. Right. Cody? There was only one reason why you could have looked away from the fight, and that was because you wanted to take a picture. But having just received your camera, you weren't used to using it yet. So you missed the climax of the fight, correct?
Yeah.
Well, Phoenix, I'll bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again. Right. Yeah, means business. Your Honor, the defense would like to request that Cody Hackins testify once more.
Very well. Cody, could you please tell us about your camera? And about why you didn't take a picture of the fight?
Welcome to the real world. Welcome to the world. Welcome to the real world, kid. First try. No photo? Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain, so I held up my camera to take a picture, but the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened, yep.
Anything strange in that testimony, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure, but I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination anyway. No photo? Yeah, you're right, Pops. Pops? Do you say pop instead of soda? I'd like to indict Cody Hackins. Yeah, I called you Pops, you spiky-haired geezer. Geezer?
I'm Mr. Edgeworth, and
Guess I'm the bearded gentleman.
That's why I hate grown-ups. You're all so self-conscious. Okay, off with the kid gloves. Testify, witness. Testify. Yipes! Steel Samurai just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So, you did see the beginning of the fight.
Yeah.
Did you notice anything unusual?
Well, I guess the Steel Samurai was moving a little strange.
Moving. Strangely.
So I held up my camera to take a picture.
What's the camera? Why couldn't you take a picture?
My new camera has too many buttons, I couldn't figure it out.
Fortunately, what we can do is... that's not a game mechanic yet. Never mind.
I tried to take a picture, I really tried. But the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it.
The lens opened. What did you see?
Oh well, a person on the ground and the Steel Samurai. That's all that happened. Yup.
That's all?
Yeah, I told you I didn't get to take a picture.
I would have, once I got that lens open. Did he really not take a picture? Not even one? Nah, he definitely would have taken a picture. There's gotta be something here I can use. Cody? Listen up, Cody Hackins. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture.
Hey!
Bullseye?
How did you know?
I see through all your lies, Cody Hackins. It's one of my powers.
Wow.
This feels great.
Yeah, I took a picture.
Perhaps you can change your testimony to reflect that, Cody.
I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them.
You erased them?
Yeah.
Why would you erase a picture of your beloved Steel Samurai victorious?
Well, you know, why would I want to keep a picture like that?
He's becoming less and less cooperative. Better find a clear contradiction soon, or some solid evidence. How can I pick holes in such a short testimony? There has to be something. Dig up the dirt, Phoenix. Find out what this kid's all about.
Yeah, you're right, Pops. You have to go get laundry now.
And we're back. There we are.
Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain.
So you did see the beginning of the fight.
Yeah,
Did you notice anything unusual?
I guess the Steel Samurai was moving a little strange.
Moving strangely.
I want my camera to take a picture.
Why couldn't you take a picture?
My new camera has, you already examined my testimony.
So you erased them. I have a badge. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor.
How exactly are that evidence and that statement just now related?
Well, that's a cool thing. You see, I am actually
No!
I don't think that won me any points with the judge.
I took a few shots, but I was too late, so I erased them.
You erased them. Cody.
What? Man, every time you say Cody, you follow it up with something bad.
I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day. What's that? The book of all the bad things you've done?
Oh, right.
What was it you told me then?
I go to every live performance. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands on the final blow. Wazam! I got them all. I never missed one. A perfect collection.
Cody, did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would just erase it. Wouldn't you keep it for your album?
Oh!
Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album?
It's called The Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackins. He claims it's a perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai has won.
I see.
Don't you find this very odd, Your Honor? Among all his pictures of the Steel Samurai, none were taken that day.
Order. Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? If the Steel Samurai had just defeated his adversary, I certainly would expect to see a picture of it in this album.
Exactly my point, Your Honor. Dee Dee! Hi. Don't worry, you only missed salmonella. No, wait. No way. Phoenix, I think we finally discovered the truth. And what a truth it is. Mia, are we sure about this? Did he actually? Yes. I'm pretty sure what you were thinking is right. Tell them, Phoenix. Tell them what the truth is.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what is going on here. Why was there no picture in the album from the day of the murder? Why would the boy have erased the photos?
Photos were blurry, Your Honor. He erased them by mistake, Your Honor. The Steel Samurai didn't win. I can only think of one reason, Your Honor. The Steel Samurai did not win. That's why Cody deleted those photos.
You mean the Steel Samurai lost?
Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai. I see that, Turtle. I saw that you followed me. I'll allow that. No! It's impossible! The Steel Samurai never loses! He never loses to anyone, ever! Your Honor, the witness has revealed everything with his words. The Steel Samurai never loses. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. The same reason he erased his precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could be defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose, yet to admit what he saw would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied and said that the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth.
Order! I will have order! Witness, I mean Cody, is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw.
Cody, that day you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight, right? Okay, you're right. The Steel Samurai fell down, and then he didn't move.
Mr. Wright, can you please stop playing the disco music? Kid is crying in court. What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim.
Yet according to your witness's testimony, the Steel Samurai was the one who fell.
Mr. Wright, what's going on?
Apparently, we have all made a serious error.
An error? What's this all about?
The Steel Samurai was the victim. If you understood what really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer. He was the victim. Don't you see? Jackhammer was the Steel Samurai.
Order! 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 So the Steel Samurai in this photograph, you're saying the man in this costume was the victim, Mr. Jackhammer?
That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. Jackhammer was present at the action scene run-through that morning. Thus, he obviously knew about Will Power's foot injury.
But wait! Hadn't Mr. Hammer gone to Studio One already?
That's what everyone thought. But remember what Miss Oldbeck said in her testimony.
Yeah, murder hour after the guard station at 1 p.m. Did I see poor old Harry? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station.
Mr. Jackhammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him going to Studio One, nor was there a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room. Then he snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume.
But why would he, the victim, do such a thing?
I don't know. I'm glad you like Cody because this is the one case he appears in. Oh, I get it. I thought that the Steel Samurai was moving strange, so it was a different person inside the suit. Pops. Huh? Me? What? Actually, there was one piece of data I saved. Data? Yeah, a photo on my digital camera. What?
Show us quick.
No way, Matt, not if you're gonna look at me like that.
No!
Here, this is it.
Well, looking at this, it's still a little hard to say. I'm afraid that it could not have been anyone in that costume. Your opinion, Mr. Wright?
I agree, Your Honor. This isn't decisive evidence.
I'm sorry, this doesn't look like it's the proof we need. I'll give it back.
Wait, Phoenix. Mia? What? Look at that photo once more. That's it, Phoenix. That photo is all the evidence you need to win this trial. What? Your Honor? May I see that photo once more, please?
Certainly. I don't see why not.
Phoenix, show him. There's a glaring, decisive inconsistency with the facts as we know them in that photo. Find the inconsistency in the photo. It's the Steel Samurai, Your Honor. It's right here.
The Steel Samurai?
Yes, that's about the only thing in this picture that could be inconsistent. Steel Samurai is inconsistent with something. Right? This is no time for daydreaming and pointless pontification.
Think about your client and us who are forced to listen to your rambling.
Mr. Wright, please rethink your position. Find the inconsistency in the photo.
Two. Your Honor, look at this.
I see a gate.
Now might I draw your attention to the number on that gate?
The number? Ah, yes, well, it's hard to see, but it looks like a 2.
Clearly not a 1, Your Honor, correct?
Ah,
I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at.
What? That's impossible.
what's this all about? Please explain so that I might be shocked along with the rest of the court.
I'll use the studio guide map. The body was found here in Studio 1. However, what do we see in this photo taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on that gate in the photo. Your Honor, here's the true scene of the crime. Show the judge where the murder took place. It was here, Your Honor. Here, at Studio 2.
I see. That would explain the 2 on the gate in the photo.
Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2. The path to the chair was blocked.
So we have heard.
The path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time.
Yes, I suppose that would be the case.
Remember Mr. Salmonella's testimony? Allow me to remind the court. Thank God we're not flashbacking. He said that no one in the trailer was guilty because they could not have gone to Studio 1. Yet in actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed this murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime, Studio 2. I would like to indict Salmonella. As you may recall, there is a trailer in Studio 2. Now on that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and D. Vasquez were outside eating steak. They were at the scene of the crime.
Order! Order!
The defense makes the following claims. Scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person that the security guard Miss Oldbag saw was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer for some reason stole a Steel Samurai costume. And then he went to Studio 2. Your Honor, I'd like to request the death penalty for Mr. Salmonella.
This is madness. Jack Hammer is the victim. The victim. Why would he steal a Steel Samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did it to cover up the details of his own murder?
Well, no, of course not.
Or do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim, Jack Hammer, stole the costume.
I have proof.
You do?
You do, Mr. Wright?
They're so surprised, I'm much less confident. I think I'm right, though. Here's my proof that Jack Hammer stole the costume. This is it.
An empty medicine bottle?
I found it on the table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Hammer and Mr. Powers ate. The label reads sleeping pills.
Sleeping pills?
The defendant, Mr. Powers, spent that entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer.
Wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes. But there is no proof that Mr. Hammer used it.
Your Honor, I have an idea.
An idea? Very well, let's hear it.
I want to check this bottle for fingerprints. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should show up on the bottle.
I suppose you're right. Very well. The court will now take possession of the bottle.
Empty bottle given to the judge.
This court will suspend proceedings for the current trial for today. Cody Hacken's testimony has revealed new possibilities in this case. In fact, things may have happened very differently than we previously thought. The steel samurai seen by Mrs. Oldbag may have been the victim, Jack Hammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1, but Studio 2, and those in the trailer did have time to commit murder. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
Your homework is to find the answers to the following question. If y equals 2x plus 2, what is x? Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? Also, who killed him, and why? Find the answers for me by tomorrow.
That's a lot of homework.
Mr. Edgeworth! You will need to reconsider your stance in this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers.
As you say, Your Honor.
This trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension. Very well. Court is adjourned.
That was a close one. We were saved by the hair, but that's all that counts. I thought seriously about going home about 3 times during the trial. Me too.
Really? You both seem so confident.
Maybe we should take up a career in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there. Me too.
Dead? What the fuck?
Of course we're kidding.
Are you sure?
I wasn't kidding. Now, Mr. Powers, we have to go make our final investigation. But I promise you, we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial.
Right, thanks.
To be continued. I'm going to try and finish this trial today. October 19th, 3:27 p.m. Wright and Co. Law Offices. That was a close one, huh, Mia?
Really? Too bad. I'm sorry I missed it.
Huh?
Maya! So, what happened?
Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive and proof.
Wow. Good going, Nick.
Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have.
Initial trial? What's that?
That's a new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed the whole process up.
So under that system, trials have to end in 3 days?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, we've no time to waste. Do you know who I am?
Sorry, I don't know how that will help us figure that out.
Hey Sal, can you like hold the spear for us? That'd be really cool. I don't want to talk to you.
The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place really is peaceful like this. Nick? I think her guard's down.
Yeah?
I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station, if we wanted. You eat, you die. Whew, she's alive.
Talk about the badge. Miss Oldbag, what do you think of this?
Think I'm not in the mood for thinking, thank you very much.
I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer.
Studio bigwigs love her, so she always gets her way.
She seems a bit bitter.
Do you not like the producer?
I love the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry.
Can I ask you about the worst man alive?
Well, he's soft, a pushover. Does whatever Vasquez does him too.
This is the part of Ace Attorney that scares people that don't know what's going on. When possible suspects start dwindling. It can't be him. We've unfortunately ruled her out. He's the victim. He's a kid. Which means our final suspects has to be one of these 4 people. I hope it's you.
She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it.
Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like...
Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick?
No, it doesn't, Ma. About Mr. Hammer.
Yeah.
Who killed Mr. Burns? Testing. Actually, there's a pretty notorious image that very well may suggest that it is. Just have to save the image first. Actually, there we are. We'll keep that there. Because I actually don't know how to remove it now. Permanent fixture.
I heard what you said today, cheapkeep whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer.
There we are.
You star. Calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this.
Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time.
You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Power's costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible.
I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming just one time. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later. I guess. This is where you found the bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there's any other clues lying around.
Oh! No. No touching.
Eek!
Oh, sorry, pal. I didn't mean to frighten you.
Didn't mean I almost had a heart attack.
I guess I can be a little dramatic at times. I suppose it's the actor in me.
Dramatique instead.
Forget about it. Anyway, I'm here to investigate that plate on the table.
Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills?
Yeah, pal. Traces thereof.
So you're looking for traces of sleeping pills. How?
For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But, I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. A science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to those sleeping pills, see? If there's traces, it'll change color.
Wow, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for?
No, everything is in due time, pal. Well, I spilled all of it. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright.
So the food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills.
Looks like it.
Investigation. How goes your investigation?
To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers. Some people think we should switch suspects.
What do you think, Detective Gumshoe?
Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though.
Prosecutor Edgeworth. How is Edgeworth doing anyway?
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in a waiting room and he crushed his paper cup with hot coffee in it.
Whoa.
Talk about burns, pal.
Wow, the fury of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups? Bottles? Say, whatever happened with that empty bottle?
Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. I found the victim Jackhammer's prints on the bottle.
So that means...
Yep, sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim.
So I was right. Thank you. Here is my badge.
I guess I'm guessing I know as much about that as you do, pal. I.e. nothing.
Miss Oldbag, what do you think of this? I think I'm not in the mood for thinking very much. You get the fuck out of here trying to speed things up. Empty dressing rooms like this are kind of lonely, aren't they? I'm sure Mr. Powers will be back soon. He'll be fine. Yeah. She's not here. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left to go here to Studio 2? Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer. As much as I want to see her, I'm not looking for her. See, Nick? Hello! Hello! You should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she had to say, apparently. Hi, did you know that I am a lawyer? She's not even looking. Okay, hey, you, look. Why are you showing that to me, Nick? Excuse me, Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and... Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off. Oh dear. Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it! Nick, she did it! She's the killer! My Fey blood speaks to me. I know it! Oh dear. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila. Fuck him. If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer? By yourselves? Oh. Oh dear. Please don't be Manila, please don't be Manila, please don't be Manila. Thank God. That's how it goes. Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here. I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. Do you like green, Maya? Green is my favorite drink. You're not here.
Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears?
Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed him in there.
And could you wipe that grin off your face?
Hey, WP, only one day left. Let's make it count.
Yes. Though there's not really anything I can do to help.
I'm not really sure what I can do either.
Please, this is no laughing matter. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez?
Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius.
A genius?
She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days.
Why is that?
Ever since she came on board, she had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and,
And what?
nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow.
Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manila?
Oh, well, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director. But something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Salmonella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever he says jump, he asks how high and all that.
I can imagine him being at her beck and call, though. I can't imagine him jumping.
was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth.
Oh, well, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in the business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global.
How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer.
Yeah, he just gave up on being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago. Excuse me. Thank you for showing me that, whatever it is. I wish I could think of some way to thank you for helping me. Sorry. Excuse me, I'm gonna repeat my dialogue now. Miss Oldbag? Miss Oldbag? Alright, Miss Oldbag, this is the... Miss Keisha? Miss Keisha? Oh my god, she fucking dead. There you are.
Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? WP is innocent. Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done. But this week is the last episode of the Steel Samurai. What? No!
Mr. Hammer. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer.
Yes?
On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2.
Huh. I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume too.
What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that?
Oh.
I guess the rumor must be true then.
The rumor?
Yeah. Miss Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything, she said, apparently.
Some dirt? What dirt?
Dirt, you know, bad stuff.
I know what dirt means.
About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was too. The film sets? Was that trailer part of the film set then?
What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai?
I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant.
No! No!
Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore.
What? Why?
I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. Why aren't they going to make kid shows anymore? Studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand?
How can they just do that? What about the little kids who love Steel Samurai?
It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. Maybe a ninja.
No, that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something.
Yeah, maybe a ninja. Maybe even a Power Ranger. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this. This is my badge.
What's this?
This is why you can't stop the Steel Samurai.
I'm sorry, I don't understand. Neither do I, Nick.
Funny that, I don't either. Try that again.
And this is?
A fan collected all these photographs. Kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be canceled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone. Testing.
You're right. Okay. But what can I do?
Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago.
Okay.
Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago?
Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago, someone died. And it was Hammer's fault.
Someone died?
It was an accident, of course. Anyway, producer Miss Vasquez managed to hush it up.
And that's the dirt she had on Hammer.
And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to do. That was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a real star back then. And you know how this court system works. They'll fucking kill you. You're afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out.
Oh, they haven't said the dirt. Oh, they have said the dirt. Hammer killed someone.
You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know. She's been alive since the dawn of time.
Well, thanks. We'll try asking her. If she'll talk.
What, you're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me? Well, the windbag doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their darnest for a dead Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer! It's all due to Hammer. You're starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance.
5 years ago. I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago.
You're told. Who did you hear that from? Nichols.
Nichols?
Nichols, Nick. Penny Nichols, that assistant we talked to. You will remember her name.
Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he?
Whippersnappers, dredging up dirt on someone's past like that and the recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun?
No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers.
And you claim Mr. Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof?
Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume? I have proof. I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct?
Well, yes, so
this is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate.
I bet Powers put it in there himself. Even a lightweight like him must have trouble sleeping sometimes.
Except I have proof that Mr. Hammer put the pills in. This bottle contains sleeping pills. Mr. Hammer's fingerprints were found on the bottle.
I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Oldbag? Okay, you win. I'll talk. You are now hearing one of the first reminiscent themes.
I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in.
Miss Oldbag?
You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all the better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But you have to understand, Lord Hammer never meant any harm to anyone. Miss Oldbag? Hold on a minute. Poor Miss Oldbag. Here, take this.
Huh? A photograph? Wait a second. D. Vasquez is drawn off model here. She doesn't even have her tattoos yet. This is the picture. Is this the trailer in Studio 2?
Hammer was supposed to fight with the bad guy on top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor, and the man fell onto the flower box fence.
But how did you get this?
It was a long time ago. I don't feel like talking much about it.
I understand.
We're gonna stop playing that music now. Okay, you're not gonna have to see me again for a while.
Hello, D. Vasquez. You're connected to the Mafia, so what better than to show you a picture? You're an idiot, Phoenix. She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well... Old bag. Old?
She means the security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick.
Right. Anyway, Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer.
Nick, she went inside the trailer.
There's some flowers here.
Wow, so pretty. They're taking good care of these.
Don't get too close. That fence looks dangerous. You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing those kid shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now?
Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident. But you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star.
Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord.
But you were the cause. You pressured him. And to think it was just an accident.
Excuse me. What is this all about? You keep saying accidents, accidents. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think, what would it be if it wasn't an accident? A purposant. No. No way. Mr. Hammer did it? On purpose? That is what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard. You believe you me.
But the security lady, she says it was an accident.
Oh, well, she was a big fan of hammers, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio, skinned that fucker alive. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy, but he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me, now.
What? This is valuable evidence.
Boys, forget about it.
Who are they?
Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow? How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away.
No!
All right there. I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me now. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in courts. I'll be looking forward to it. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry, I was a little late with my entrance. Had to fight off 5 mobsters. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing.
Detective Gumshoe. Thank you. I was really scared.
Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job.
Detective Gumshoe?
Sorry, it's just, I wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon.
Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this.
And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. Why couldn't it have been Sal? Final day. Trial. Oh, absolutely.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statements.
In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2.
Glad we can all agree on something. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear.
Very well.
Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today.
You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Would the mommy please state her name and occupation?
D. Vasquez. I'm a producer for Global Studios.
On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2.
As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here.
Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder.
Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay.
Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later, when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. Phoenix, my guy, there are some things you need to rephrase.
I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you.
The van.
Hmm?
There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, with that monkey's head toppling over. Van added to the court record. I put it in my folder.
I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it.
I entered the trailer, a little before noon. What's a trailer? By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. The meeting began at 12 sharp. When is 12 o'clock? Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a little bit more about that.
The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony.
The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please, stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. There was to be a what? Objection, what's a rehearsal? And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No?
The meeting ended at 4 o'clock and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5 o'clock. I would think it was between those times.
You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take objection. Don't talk about him. You had him take you? What does that mean? It means what I just said. I had him take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, right. At 2 o'clock, we had a 15-minute objection. How long is 15 minutes? And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks in front of the trailer. Do you have someone who can verify this? Him? No, I mean...
Someone else?
One person is enough. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence to prove that she didn't eat that steak...
Well, Nick, find anything?
I kinda wish she'd said a little more.
It's hard to think she's pretty used to being the boss, but I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said, somewhere.
There is only one top in the courtroom, and that is D. Vasquez. Huh, as I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not.
What's this now, Mr. Wright?
Look at this.
It's a plate?
This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind.
Mr. Wright, need I remind you that it was a T-bone steak?
Exactly my point. Remember if you will. Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manila ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there was no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Miss Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You ate the bone too.
Nick? Are you sure? I mean, I love steak, but even I couldn't eat a bone.
Hey, I don't eat it either.
Mr. Wright! I too leave the bone.
Can I try that again? I think I know how. You ate the bone too. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like the incinerator.
I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Meeting the Steel Samurai. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai.
Order. Are you saying?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak. She ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands.
Mr. Wright? Isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright?
Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez.
Good luck, Nick.
Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes? I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know? What kind of lawyer are you?
Quiet, I'm speaking.
Mommy.
You don't know? What kind of lawyer? I don't know whether you could have fought with a samurai spear. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What?
What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body.
I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. The spear itself. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon.
But that is the murder weapon.
Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through. Boy, this is something we should have inspected on day one. But someone's fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest?
Order! Order!
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're...
Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell, what was? How was Hammer killed?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer?
I can tell you. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell what the weapon was?
I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then.
She hit him with a van, Your Honor. It was salmonella. Look at this photo.
What is this?
Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs.
Order! Order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended, and then Mr. Wright will automatically lose the case. Mr. Wright, what is this all about?
This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This was a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios.
What does this have to do with the current case?
Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in the photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest?
What? Are you saying?
Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Happened again. Did anyone else see that photo? That scarf was badass in that.
Mr. Wright, continue.
It's 2:30 on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had done himself 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say.
In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die? 5 years ago?
Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body?
The break-in of the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time.
Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body?
I bet she could move it. You'd be surprised. I bet she could do it. When people think their life depends on it, they can do amazing things.
Mr. Wright, this is not an episode of That's Incredible.
If you claim she did everything in 15 minutes, let me
guess. Show me proof.
Correct, show me proof. I've read your mind.
How am I supposed to do that?
Then I won't have you making unsubstantiated claims.
Wait a second. How does he know what I'm thinking?
Huh. I need only look at the cold sweat running down your face to know what you're thinking.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to reconsider your claim. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body?
What if she had another way to carry the body, other than her own hands? For instance... Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then.
Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body.
The pedo van, Your Honor. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used Sal Manella's van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. Oh, there was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. For but a moment, I was abducted. But now, I'm back. Used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before anyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Wow, you took a while to figure that out.
Hold on, Wright. Don't forget, it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator?
Of course he was. Of course, he has got to be a conspirator. I want that man in jail. The body had to be placed in the van and put in the costume. There was no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win? So, what happens next? Don't me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean... D. Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer. Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits, and the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What?
Order. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely that she did it, but, there's no proof.
Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, then I'll be leaving. What do I do now? Testify again. I'd like you to testify again.
Testify again?
Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn! Come so far only to fail.
As it seems there are no further questions. Gotta take a little sip. I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't.
I see, very well.
Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again.
You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness.
I just want to hear your testimony again.
Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes.
Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about?
Well, yes, Indeed, verily I say, go. I want to hear what happened after they found the body.
After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter.
Nick! What did Edgeworth? Who knows? He probably realized that she did it too. But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that? Edgeworth. I was with Sal and Oldbag the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too. Only Powers was absent. Objection, her name is Penny. I immediately called the police. Then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home.
I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Okay, Nick, we're really close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key. You need to twist the truth out of her, Nick.
Right. Objection. Don't talk about him. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you meet and Mr. Manella arrive to the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Where were the other employees when he got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help. Oh, what did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. Boy?
The witness will continue her testimony.
The assistant was there too. Only Powers was absent. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember. Remember? What? There was a dead body lying in front of us. Yet you expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discussed a murdered body. You discovered a murdered body. And one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person?
I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez?
Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his Steel Samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed when he was missing. Poor Powers.
Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez, you may continue.
I immediately called the police. Then Powers showed up. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silence. Completely silence. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived at the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then silence. Dead silence. Silence.
Hey, Nick! Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up.
Security Lady Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. Oldbag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going towards the studio. Right, Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. A photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything in there I can use. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. You asked to be left out? Yes. Seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that we were in a meeting. There's no way we could have been involved, and thus they covered for us. Covered for you, or covered it up for you. There must have been a lot riding on it with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Objection, what's a script? The script in your direction notes? Yes, they're quite valuable. I wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murderer after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I guess.
Very well. Miss Vasquez, please continue. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statements.
Huh?
Think. Miss Vasquez says she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One.
Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth! What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense?
I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation?
Can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is into cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal.
Very well. The witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason.
I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do action scenes, so I left them behind. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal. He told me. Sal, the director.
You have to find something to peg this on her, or else everything we've done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him!
You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Yes, Mr. Powers is dragging his leg in this photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending. One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manila was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez, you saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manila. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes.
Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who's injured?
Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Ah!
And when was he doing this?
Well, it would have to been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2 where he was murdered.
Exactly. Miss Vasquez. You met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning.
I will have order.
Witness, can you refute this claim?
Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Ugh. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he had fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing.
Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive?
Nick, no! Saying you can't prove it now would be admitting defeat. She'll get away. But what proof could I possibly have? I don't care if it's impossible. You still have to fight this one. Ugh. Okay. I have proof and I'll show it to you. I present the court evidence to Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder. This is my proof. This is
the photo from before?
This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial, it began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom.
His guilt weighed him down, no doubt.
However, U.D. Vasquez used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change.
Bringing us to the present day and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate.
Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star.
1 moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have?
Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine.
Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder.
She had no motive, Your Honor.
What's that now?
It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez was push him off the stairs in self-defense.
What's that now?
It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez.
What? What?
Your Honor. Security lady into what? Thinking he was Powers. My mic cut off for the whole thing. I saw it. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. Hello, Turtle. Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Someone, call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Miss Vasquez! What? What happened here? Manuel from the front of the trailer stairs. Manuel! Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No, no. How could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No, Manuel! Don't touch him. Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez. No! Please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again.
Mr. Edgeworth, where's the Vasquez?
In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever.
I see. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
it appears you have brought about another miracle.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle.
Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty.
And because this is based off the Japanese court system, D. Vasquez is still going to jail. All because someone died by her hand.
That is all. The court is adjourned. Everyone go home now.
Well, I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
I'm just glad you're okay.
Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Rat. Huh? Tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me?
Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because... It's because you were the Steel Samurai.
Because I was the Steel Samurai?
Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to act in a kid's show, and the villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you.
I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have traded places with him at any time.
I think you're missing the point.
Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over.
So am I. So am I.
Congratulations, WP.
Oh, thanks to you, I'll be the one to die on the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Is, something wrong?
No, of course not. Nick Edgeworth.
Say something right. I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in.
Aha! Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers.
Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of yours work, Mr. Powers. Liar. Right? I must say I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet
again?
However, in retrospect, I would have been better if... Yep, mic problems. Fortunately, when I have mic problems, it also stops me from pressing the Enter key.
but yeah, even though it's self-defense, the way this court system works, she murdered someone, so fuck. And it gets worse.
In retrospect, I would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I'm saddled with unnecessary feelings.
Unnecessary feelings?
Yes, unease and uncertainty, and homosexuality.
Aren't those kind of necessary?
They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you.
Miss Wright? Was that guy your friend?
What? Friends? As if. They're rivals, right, Nick?
For now we are, I guess.
Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick. Tell me, what's the deal with you and Edgeworth?
So the curtain's closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change, and they fired Salmonella. Wait, no, he was a conspirator. He would have gone to jail too. They went back to making kid shows again.
Nick! This is it. The new show starts today, and you're going to watch it with me, right?
I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it.
You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We'll have to trade with Cody and that assistant.
Fine. I'll do it.
Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time.
I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. Yeah, that is unfortunate. It is now time. Don't worry, I will also fuck up Maya and Mia every single time.
It's been, what, 15 years? I'm happy, yes. 15 years is a long time to wait. You can't imagine how much I've suffered. You've suffered? But now the perfect opportunity has presented itself. At last, I shall have my revenge. What? Merry Christmas.
I'll find it. Maybe I won't find it. Fuck, I lost it. Give me a second. More than I thought I needed. Some jokes take a long time. But it's come to fruition. And because I'm hungry? I don't think so. That is where we will call Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I'm very much so looking forward to that next case. Yeah, I saw that and I had to save it. But it's been fun. The next case is one that I am really looking forward to. Well, we'll add that too. It's been fun streaming. I had fun. I hope you did too. And I will see you,
And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.